The Tom and Ben News history. 1930s until 1963.
America God, who always just over things and everything at last for 4 hours. At 6 o'clock this morning, we brought to you for the news and the weather forecast.
So, thinking about the houses which could not gain access with James Craig, nor Firecon president.
Sadly to say, Errol Mitchum died at age of 94. He was an entire age of death because of his school teacher nonsense in schools around the UK.
The older president from the 1890s.
1963 until 1969.
Today's news of the former entire North Firecon president, James Craig, said that Horace Craig died at the age of 91. He was an unretired artist from the painter of artists. He was an entire...
He was substitute for the artist teacher in school. Horace Craig died at the age of 91 today. He was an entire artist. He was very upset. People are upset with his death at the range of COVID fanzines who are reaching over around the world.
And this celebrates the Tom Ben News celebrates
1969 to 1979.
Today's news, we are thinking about an all-entire debate. Prime Minister James Cochrane isn't really used.
And in time of the office, Harold Wilson has been thinking the entire Prime Minister through all of the counts, but that wouldn't count at all.
As to think I always get the turn out of this crappy shit all day about the Prime Minister for Labour Party tonight.
Coming this year for a long time on Sunday, we're thinking about for the lovely time until 1980, we're about the government who displays all the governments.
1981, 1979 until 1991.
Today's news on the Tom and Ben News.
The North Firecon president.
The North Firecon President James Craig is used on the bottom cells to contact the people who cover their fanzines.
Craig in the fanzine. They got used to fanzine. They're also calling a fanzine for the coronavirus pandemic.
They never ever substitute to your teacher like that.
1991 to 2003.
Today's news on the Tom Ben News is the North Firecon's old president James Craig has died today at age 101. He was a long always entire old president every time since 1950 until 1989. He was also an entire artist.
In Purple Horns in North Firecon, McDonald's is first opened in North Firecon today. And it was a grand opening, was the first McDonald's in North Firecon is open.
And it was always had a McDonald's restaurant around the US since the 1940s.
What to happen today was the lovely Orwells.
2003 to 2011.
Today's news on the Tom Ben News. We have the loveliest debate of coronavirus who protects the epidemic from the range of 2003 for the lovely epidemic just as a coronavirus. From the NHS, the epidemic is always unuseful.
It had the very good entire coronavirus for the lovely epidemic was also used throughout the decade since the 1980s.
The coronavirus vaccine was first introduced since the 1750s, as well as the worldwide.
World War II happened in 1939 to 1945, all around 195 countries all around the world today.
Finally, 2011 to the present. 2011 to the present.
Today's news on the Tom Bay News, the coronavirus has stopped, because the coronavirus has finished, for the lovely government of Boris Johnson, who presents the campaign from the commercial department.
Who had the lovely development of the coronavirus, who loves to always had the lovely time.